Today's lesson is finding the median of a set of data and on making a stem and leaf plot. So let's say that these scores were the scores on last week's math test. The lowest score is going to be 35 and the highest score is 100. Our scores are ranged from the low of 35 to a high of 100. If I wanted to find the average, I would take all of these numbers and add them up and divide it by how many there are, in this case 17. And the average score has to be somewhere between 35 and 100. Okay. If you use a calculator, this would take a long time, but if you used a calculator, you would find that the average of all those numbers equals 73. Okay, which is about halfway between 35 and 100. Okay. I will show you another way to describe the set of data like these scores, and we can do that by finding a median. And you don't need a calculator to find the median. The median score is the middle number, the middle score when we arrange the scores from least to greatest. So I have these already written out, least to greatest. And now we're going to find the middle number on the list, and this will be the median. To do that, we're going to cross off a number from each side of the list until we find the middle. Okay, so for example, I'll cross off the lowest and the highest. Okay, then the next one, and I'll keep going, coming in from both directions until I find the last score. So the median is going to equal 75. So with this list of numbers, we also want to find the median, but first I need to list them from least or lowest to highest. My smallest number is 3, and then I cross that off so I know I did it. Then 4, 5, 6, 2 7s, 8, and then 9. Okay, now I can find the median score by crossing off the scores from both ends. So we go one on each end, and we keep crossing off one from each end until we find the middle score. So the median, in this case, equals 6. Okay, let's try another one. First thing to do, list them from least to greatest, lowest to highest. So we have 2, 3, there's 2 of those, 4 and 4, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, then to find the median, we cross off the scores, one on each side as we go. So those. And in this case, we actually have 2 numbers here in the middle. Since the number is the same, they're both 4s, then my median is going to equal 4, since it's the same number. Okay. All right. The second part is on how to make a stem and leaf plot. This is a type of graph to show the test scores I wrote on the board at the beginning of the lesson. Okay. So on the left-hand side, you have the tens place of each of the digits that we have. Okay. The tens digits, these are called the stems. Okay. And then on this side, where the scores are, that's going to be the ones place, and we call those the leaves. Okay. So we know that one of the scores was 35. So I have the 3 here already. So over on this side of the line, I'm going to put the 5. So it's 35. Okay. And then 40. We had 40, so we're going to put a 0 here because 40 is 40. We also had 45. 45. Okay. We keep going. There were no scores for 50. So in the 50s. So this part here is going to remain blank. The next number we had was 65, and we had 2 of those. And then we had a 68. So 65, 65, and 68. Okay. The next thing we had was 70, 72, 75, 78, and 79. We had 85, 88, and 88. We had 90 and 95, and then we had 100. So we have the 10, and then the 0 would be 100. If I wanted to find the median here, I can do the same thing by crossing off, starting from the top. Okay, so 5 and 0, and I would work my way through. Gets a little confusing sometimes. My median would be 75. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.